Hi there! Today I have a book review for you on Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. If you haven't seen the movie already, this novel is about a man named Pat who just leaves a mental health facility and moves back home with his parents. Pat believes that his life is a movie produced by God, and as long as he acts good, God will not send him back to the bad place and will reward him by ending a part-time with his wife Nikki. Of course, not everything goes as planned. He can't seem to get anyone to talk about his wife Nikki, some strange girl named Tiffany keeps following him around, and he is being haunted by his nemesis Kenny G. Honestly, this is one of the best books that I've read this year so far. I was absolutely amazed by how much I loved this book. The book's written from Pat's point of view in diary form. In the beginning, he tells you that he is writing everything down so that he can give his life story to Nikki so that he can show her how much of a better person he is and to show her how much he's changed. The writing's very simple yet effective. It's written in a way that an actual person would write in a diary or a journal. It made it a lot easier for me to connect to Pat and see him as a real person. The two things that I really liked about the book were things that a lot of other people were complaining about online. One is that it ruins some of the classics if you haven't already read them. I have a list of the books right here, so I'm just going to read them off to you real quick. The Great Gatsby, The Scarlet Letter, The Catcher in the Rye, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, A Farewell to Arms, and The Bell Jar. What happens in the book is Pat is reading through his wife's syllabus. She's an English teacher, and as he's reading them, he kind of reviews them for you and goes over it and talks about things that he likes and doesn't like about it. And while I haven't read some of them, and it did ruin the ending for me, it's not something that really bothered me. It's actually made me want to read these books more. And honestly, these are my favorite parts of the book, is whenever he's talking about these classics that he's reading. Another thing that a lot of people didn't like are the football references. While I don't really like football, I completely understood its purpose in the novel. And I really don't think the novel would have been the same had there not been all the football in it. Football serves to give Pat a community and a place where he fits in and somewhere that he can be the hero. I know a lot of people have already seen the movie, and while the movie and the book are similar, there are quite a few differences. You know, the overall theme and the core aspects of the film and the book are similar, but it's a lot of the little details that I really think make the difference and make the book so much better than the movie is. While watching the movie, I kind of felt like it was kind of quirky, yet depressing, but the book I felt was more depressing and hopeful. It wasn't so cutesy and quirky like the movie was. I really think that's because we're seeing Pat's perspective in the book, and he had just got out of a mental institution and we're inside of his head and we're seeing how he thinks and how he feels firsthand. We get to see how hopeful he is and yet how much of reality he chooses to ignore. Overall, I absolutely loved this book. It's one, I can tell you it's already going to be one of my, top 10 books of the year, I think. It was just amazing and it was really emotional, and I think everyone should read it. Everyone should read it. Online I've been seeing people call this more of an adult Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I have to say I kind of agree with that. Well, that's all I have on this book. I hope you have a great day and pick this book up soon because it's fantastic. Alrighty. Bye! For a side note, I posted a picture of this cover on my Instagram, and my friends were all complaining about how I have the movie cover for the book, and all I have to say is that I rented it from the library, and I really don't mind looking at Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper.